A flower bud. I cannot identify the variety.
Worship. Figure out type.
What happened?
It doesn't have any particular smell, but for some reason I nearly blacked out.
Maybe it's poisonous. Be careful.
What's this? Caring words from you, Date. What are you hiding? A flower bud. I cannot identify the variety. Worship it?
Yeah.
I will pray to it as though I am mourning the dead.
Hey! We did something.
It bloomed a little?
I don't know what caused it, but it's better than nothing happening.
So, are we going to end up as Hitomi at the end of this? New music, though, that we haven't heard in the game before. Lit it up. Now what? Hole in tree.
A hole in a tree. I may be able to fit inside.
Scream, peek inside, stick hand in, tackle. Scream.
Stop giving me orders!
I didn't know you had all that bottled up. Sorry.
My voice is echoing.
It must be pretty cavernous in there.
A hole in a tree. I am not going to be eaten or anything, right? Whoa!
It's darker than before.
What? Is someone there?
Hey!
That voice is...
Find out where that voice is coming from.
Five minutes left, Date.
We'll check these rocks out real quick.
a rock. This is a simple rock, but...
Is there any kind of pattern?
No, there does not appear to be. A rock. Do what?
Just try.
Understood.
But he was stronger than Iva.
Did you find anything?
No, of course not.
Well then.
Renju Okiura.
Looks like maybe when he was 18. Flirt with him.
Yoo-hoo, Renju! Come get some of this. Come on!
Sorry, that was a bad idea.
Don't apologize. This is Renju's fault for having bad taste.
4 minutes.
Renju Okiura.
Hit him? Sure.
This is for neglecting your responsibility to Mizuki, you coward! No use. I can't hit him.
This Renju is still a teenager. He wouldn't know Mizuki yet.
Yeah.
Renju Okiura. Renju, what are you doing in a place like this?
We should have inspected him.
He won't answer.
Not in a place like this, at least. Renju Okiura. He looks young, but this is definitely Renju Okiura as he appeared approximately 20 years ago.
That's a long time ago.
Whole entry too.
A hole in the tree. It looks about as big around as a soccer ball.
Stick hand in, scream, peek inside, tackle.
I cannot see anything. It is unnaturally dark.
Anything else?
I do not see anywhere that air could be flowing from. A hole in the tree. I am not going to be sucked in, am I?
Well...
That's strange. It should have worked.
Did you want to see me get sucked in?
Yeah?
Three minutes, Date.
A hole in the tree. The Emperor is naked!
Okay. What about the Empress, though?
The Empress is naked!
Sounds like my kind of empire. Let's move there. I don't see anything.
Nor do I.
Shall we tackle
A
it?
hole in the tree. Understood. I will do my best. This is... a picture of Hitomi, Renju, and Monica.
Everyone is so young. Hold on to that.
Maybe we can give that picture to Renju. If we could actually go the right way. Wasting all this time.
Renju Okiura. Renju, look at this. Wait!
Renju, stop!
Shook Renju?
You have less than 2 minutes, Date. Hurry.
What is this hole? It wasn't here earlier. Really?
Yeah, go ahead.
Understood.
Got it.
It's even more difficult to see now. Another voice? Monica! That's Hitomi's voice.
Where is she? Look for her.
We're gonna have to redo some of this, obviously. We're running out of time. You can't tell which direction you're facing. Is that?
Another hole in a tree. About as big as a capybara, I estimate.
Those are pretty big.
Hitomi! Date likes Hitomi!
Hey, what are you trying to say? Hitomi won't remember this sink. But still.
Hitomi stopped.
Hey, I thought that would work. Well, one.
You have 1 minute left.
I can't make out where anything is.
That's Hitomi.
I mean...
Hitomi? I see.
Well?
She dresses modestly, but underneath she has a curvaceous body.
Yeah, it's very important to the investigation.
A rock. But it's a rock.
So, it has
Gods live in
feelings.
the rocks too, you know.
A rather Japanese way of thinking.
Just try it.
If you insist.
How was it? You've cleared your head, right?
Yes. I now feel a sense of emptiness.
Guess it was a waste of time.
I do not want to hear that from you.
Date, you've got less than 30 seconds.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
That's Hitomi. Hitomi Sagan. Like Renju, this must have been approximately 20 years ago.
Well, she looks exactly the same character model.
Something must have happened around that time.
That's Hitomi.
I really hugged her. You really need to touch her?
Hitomi, what are you doing here?
Guess she can't hear you. She looks like she's looking for something.
That's Hitomi. Where?
Well, you could, you know, touch her...
But in this Somnium, she might be a minor.
her stomach. Test how soft her stomach is.
If you say so. I touched it.
So, what's the softness situation? Tell me.
It was soft. Nice and pliant. No noticeable abdominal muscles.
Valuable information indeed. Thank you, Aiba.
You old pervert.
Only like 31.
Date! We can't! Time is up!
Damn it! Is it over?
We're horrible. They always call him an old pervert. He's like 31. Well, shit. Oh, come on, man.
What is this hole? It wasn't here earlier.
You need to tie me.
Really?
Yeah, go ahead.
Understood. Huh. It's even more difficult to see now. Another voice? Monica! That's Hitomi's voice.
Where is she?
I mean, what?
You have less than 2 minutes, Date. Hurry.
Oh, 3. Where am I going?
A rock. But it's a rock.
Gods live in the...
A rat.
Just
If you...
So we can get another timing, although we might not get the same one.
How was it?
Yeah,
Guess it was...
I do. A rock. This is a simple rock, but...
Is there any kind of pattern?
No, there...
You have 1 minute left.
Where's the damn hole? I can't see anything.
Another hole in a tree.
Fucking run out of time again.
A hole in a tree. Hitomi Date like...
Hey, Hitomi.
Hitomi's... A hole in a tree.
Clearly we need to do something else as well.
What is this? A web of some kind?
Well, it would have to be a spider web.
I have web on my face. A hole in a tree. I won't get sucked in, right? Hmm? A cord bracelet has appeared on my wrist. Perhaps it belongs to someone.
It might be important. Hold on to it.
Time's up.
A rock. Understood. My foot hurts.
I see.
My foot hurts!
Sorry.
Date, we can't! Time is up!
Damn it! Is it over?
A hole in a tree. I may be able to fit inside. I am not going to be eaten or anything, right? Whoa! I fell, but I am still in the forest.
It's darker than before.
What? Is someone there?
Hey!
That voice is...
Find out where that voice is coming from.
A hole in the tree. It looks about as big around as a soccer ball. Understood. I will do my best. This is a picture of Hitomi, Renju, and Monika.
Everyone is so young. Hold on to that.
Five minutes left, Date.
Renju Okiura. Renju, look at this. Wait!
Renju, stop!
What is this hole? It wasn't here earlier. Really?
Yeah, go ahead.
Understood. Huh. It's even more difficult to see now. Another voice? Monika! That's Hitomi's voice.
Where is she? Look for her.
4 minutes.
Another hole in a tree. About as big as a capybara, I estimate.
Those are pretty big.
What is this? A web of some kind?
Well, it would have to be a spider web.
I have web on my face. A hole in a tree. Hitomi! Date likes Hitomi!
Hey, what are you trying to say? Hitomi won't remember this sink. But still.
Hitomi stopped. A hole in a tree. I won't get sucked in, right? A cord bracelet has appeared on my wrist. Perhaps it belongs to someone.
It might be important. Hold on to it.
Three minutes, Date.
A rock. But it's a rock.
Gods live in the rocks too, you know.
A rather Japanese way of thinking.
Just try it.
If you insist.
How was it?
Yes. I now feel...
Guess it was a waste of...
I do not want... That's Hitomi. Do you remember this? Wait!
Follow her!
On it! A large hole. Was this here before? If there is nothing left to do... Date, what is going on?
I don't know, it's pitch black. I can't see anything.
I see. Then it is not me malfunctioning.
Can you feel your way around?
I can try.
You have less than 2 minutes, Date. Hurry.
A licorice flower. A licorice flower. Let's do it. What? Another hole. A large hole.
Alright, my headset died, so... I guess we can just jump in.
We've come this far. I will not protest now.
That's all my time. Oh, it worked. Probably might have screwed up.
That is...
That's her left eye. No, it's not. It's her right eye. Never mind. We did it! There's a trophy. Mountain corpse flower. Cleared Hitomi's Somnium is what that was. Okay. Day 5. Tuesday.
Hitomi. I know what happened 18 years ago.
Really? Enlighten me.
You three were close. You, Monica, and Renju. Monica was murdered. You and Renju found the body in the mountains.
How you come to that conclusion that they didn't do it?
And you brought it back to the cold storage warehouse. My guess is So Sejima killed Monica. I've seen inside his head before, using this machine.
He's a piece of friggin' work.
I see. If you know that much, then there's no point in hiding it anymore. I'll tell you the truth.
Please. So we're gonna do this. We don't have a time, apparently. 18 years ago. What's happening?
Wait, you're going to see So?
He's holding a baby. That's Iris. It's gotta be. Wait, you're going to see So?
Yes. I want to talk to him in person.
Why is her baby? That's Iris, right? Why is she born with pink hair? That's not natural.
No, you can't.
Why not?
It even sounds like Iris. You know that's her Iris's mother right there. Just like her.
Are you worried about my body? You don't have to worry about that. I'm totally fine.
And Renju... What?
But your stomach is still... Oh, my doctor told me that's normal. Your stomach doesn't go down right away after giving birth.
I'm not worried about your body. I don't know how to explain it. So doesn't care about you. And especially not your child.
I'm just now realizing that Peter and Renju, I think, have the same voice actor. Took me long enough. Although you don't really hear Renju speak at all, so maybe that's why.
I haven't told him about giving birth.
And this is Iris's voice actor voicing Monica. Slightly different.
He contacted me for the first time in a while.
Why do you want to see that old-ass So Sejima? I mean, even 20 years ago, you still would have been like 40.
So that's why.
He wants to know about the baby.
What is going on? Is he the father? God, I hope not.
I haven't told him about giving birth. He contacted me for the first time in a while.
He's the father? God, don't tell me that Iris's father is So Sejima. Ew.
He must be panicking.
Really?
If anyone ever finds out his mistress had his baby, his political career would be over.
His mistress had his baby. Wow. She's like 19, and she's having a relationship with So Sejima.
It's not like it was an affair. His wife passed away after giving birth to his son, right?
It would still be a big scandal. He impregnated a girl who just graduated high school. Don't you see how that looks? He knew how the public would take it.
Why is this always got to come back
That's
to
why
him?
he gave you the money to deal with it.
Wow. That's why he gave you the money to deal with it?
There's no way he'll accept that child.
Yeah, the child you're holding, right?
It's okay. I told him that I won't cause any trouble. But could you take care of the baby? Just for a little bit? I'll be right back.
Fine. But take this with you, just in case.
What?
It's a GPS transmitter. Just to be extra safe.
I really don't think I'll need it. But okay, if it'll make you feel better.
I don't know what Monica saw in So.
Yeah.
She said he was kind and loyal, that he wanted to change Japan.
Sounds like a brainwashing to me. He's like 20 plus years older than her.
But I didn't understand any of it. We tried to convince her to break up with him so many times. She never listened. And it ended in tragedy. What happened next, you already know.
And then you took care of Iris.
Neither Renju or I saw it happen. So I don't know how much of this is accurate. But we could guess what happened.
And he was able to find the body because of the GPS. Why is it... They could have at least made him look 20 years younger, right? What? So you're saying it's not so? And so just stood there?
Renju told me.
But you said he wasn't there.
He heard some of this from the Kumakuras. Renju had connections with them.
How did the Kumakuras know?
So told them. He told her to move overseas. He said he'd pay for everything. Date, you said that Monica was killed by So, right? But that's not true. Monica was killed by Saito Sejima. the son of So and his late wife. Saito was 12 at the time.
What?
12?
Yes.
But why would a little boy do that?
I don't know. I can't imagine. So contacted his friend, the chairman of the Kumakuras. He asked him to dispose of the body and left the scene with Saito.
So just stood there and watched this 12-year-old stab her to death?
The incident was... That means the chairman was Rohan, not Moma.
Oh, I get it now. I see. You know, at the end of, says my internet connection's bad. It says that, at the end of the Mizuki route, when I was questioning this when it happened, when So Tsujima shot us, he looked down at us and he said something like, pathetic, killed by your own father. And I was thinking, what? I mean, are you saying that So Tsujima is, you know, when So killed us, killed Date, he looked at us and said, pathetic, killed by your own father. And I was thinking, what? Are you trying to tell me that somehow So Tsujima is Date's father? I think that's who Date. He was 12 at the time. Date is So Tsujima's son, and Date can't remember this, but he was that 12-year-old. He is Saito Tsujima, and he's the one that killed Iris's mother. That's Date. Date's the killer. Or at least the killer in the sense that he killed Iris's mother. And well, that's how it's coming off as anyway.
Rohan went to the scene of the crime?
And then they changed his name and everything, maybe? Rohan went to the scene of the crime.
Yes, with some of his men.
I mean, why else would So Tsujima look at us as he's killing us and saying, killed by, what a shame, killed by your own father? Why would he say that? I mean, that would be so out of context, so out of place. Because they never mentioned anything more about it. They just kind of left it at that. So that's what my assumption is that So Tsujima is our dad, and we're the ones that caused this. Out of what? A fit of rage? I don't know. And So Tsujima is now acting as if he doesn't even, that we're not his blood.
Again, neither Renju or I saw this.
All the timelines fit up anyway.
We were just waiting at my house for Monica to return. But thought she never came back. We tried to call her cell, but it didn't connect. But then, we saw movement on the GPS.
Man, I mean, there's always been this sort of suspicion that Date is the killer in some sense. Not to necessarily say that he's the killer for the entirety of the Cyclops killings, but, you know, it's fairly convenient that he can't remember what happened. His left eye is gone.
The GPS Renju gave to Monica?
Yes. At first, we thought she was on her way home. But we saw the GPS getting further and further away from the city. Renju and I got nervous, and we decided to follow it.
What about the baby?
We couldn't take the baby with us, so... Renju gave the baby to the mob doctor he trusted.
To a mob doctor? The story is going really, really quick right now. After 40 hours.
Those are Kumakura men.
We didn't dare move. We couldn't speak. We were barely breathing. We could only watch as it all unfolded. I knew what the hole was for. But I couldn't move. Couldn't do anything. I remember my heart beating so fast. Before long.
We good here?
Yeah. Cover her.
Just a minute.
Are you taking her eye out?
Beautiful.
The Kumakura people covered Monica's body, then left.
I remember from playing a while back that he had something for eyeballs, and he was, you know, so that friggin' Kumakura boss.
Renju and I ran over and dug up the grave with a tree branch. What we saw.
Sick, man.
Monica!
She's gonna let her go on her own.
Monica! We need to call the police.
No, we can't.
Yeah, Renji had another idea, huh?
Not yet.
Why not?
You don't know who those guys are. They would do anything to keep this hidden. I've seen it happen myself. I know what they're capable of. Anyway, think about it. Why would they do this? They thought Monica and her baby were going to be trouble. Monica's stomach was still pretty big.
I thought she was still pregnant.
I don't think they know that she gave birth already. What do you think they'd do if they found out? They would take her and kill her too. And then, they'd come for us. They'd make it look like we disappeared. All of us would be Gone.
Renju convinced me.
He convinced you to hide her body in the storage warehouse for 20 years and not let the police know. They're more fearful of this Yakuza gang than going to the police.
He knew more about the dirty underbelly of society than anyone. He knew when something couldn't be handled by the police. He said that they would do anything to kill the child.
Yeah, maybe that makes sense that those Nai guys that Iris said was coming after her, those were the Kumakuras that were coming after her because they found out she was alive. Maybe that's who was coming after her and trying to get to her, you know?
And I believed him. We had to protect Monica's baby.
Iris, say it.
We had to, no matter what.
Okay, I understand.
I decided to trust him.
Jeez.
We couldn't leave Monica's body in the forest.
Don't you think they're gonna come back and, well, check on her? I guess not.
We cleaned her up and took her to the cold storage warehouse.
In the hopes of what? You preserve her for 20 years? And do what then?
This warehouse is owned by Okiura Fishery. My father runs it. But it's not in use right now. They're moving operations to a better area. They're actually looking for buyers right now. But don't worry, I'll take over the warehouse.
Are you sure?
Yes. Don't worry. I'll keep everyone out. Everyone but you, of course. I'll give you a key. You can come visit any time you want to see Monica.
Oh. And thus, the killer ran free.
Monica?
And if it was Date, that's maybe why he never got caught. I don't know.
Don't worry about the baby. I'll protect her, no matter what. And don't worry about them, either. The people who did this to you, I will never forgive them.
You won't make them pay, but you'll never forget, right?
I'm sorry, Monica. Sorry. I'm sorry. Monica.
The fuck, man. She has a sweet scent, a scent that touches the bottom of my heart. Well, it was kind of obvious though when I said that that was Iris's mom, and that Hitomi was just pretending to be her mom. I mean, at that point, it kind of been made obvious, but I guess I still got it right technically. This is Renju, 19 years old.
The mob doctor took care of everything. I have the birth certificate, and I even picked up a mother and baby book.
This is so messed up.
It wasn't cheap, but you don't have to worry about it. Just submit the birth certificate, and everything will be taken care of. You look worried.
No.
I feel like I'm somehow betraying Monica.
Yeah, this isn't a normal situation.
She was the one who gave birth.
Iris was lied to for her whole life. Imagine.
Soon, you won't even be able to think about that. Because a war is about to begin.
A war?
Between you and the baby. You won't get a good night's sleep for a long time. You might even start to resent Monica for all this.
Really?
God, I still can't get over that though. So Sejima is Iris's dad, and her mom was killed. I mean, God, fucking things can't be worse than that. And then that would mean that if Date is Sosajima's son, then that would make us brother and sister. Iris, right at the end of her route, when she was dying for like the third time, she looked at us and she said, "Are you?" And it was left on a cliffhanger. Was she trying to say, "Are you my brother?" Like somehow she'd found out, or, you know.
Anyway, as soon as you submit the certificate, you will officially be her mother. Be sure to raise her responsibly.
So Date and Iris are brother and sister. Assuming that Date is the 12-year-old. So Sejima is her dad. So Sejima doesn't want anything to do with us. And then when he says that he doesn't know Iris, that's, I guess, the truth. Because he wouldn't know her, right? Although she looks just like her mother, so, I mean, he's probably lying about that too.
I'll help. Occasionally.
Oh, thanks, Renju. Big help.
Occasionally, huh?
Yeah. Occasionally.
I don't really want to discuss this, but there's something you need to know. After talking to the Kumakura gang, I found out who killed Monica. So's son, Saito Sejima.
How? Saito was only
12 years old.
Why? Why would a little boy do that?
We just kind of run out of nowhere, like, right in front of So and just stabbed her to death?
I don't know the motive, but I know it's true. So used his connections with the Kumakuras to cover up for his son. And all of the evidence of this scandal, of course.
I'll never forgive them. So, his son, or the Kumakuras.
I feel the same way. But you can't think about revenge now. You and the baby can't lead a life like that.
So we'll be shrouded in
bear
mystery.
with it for now. The opportunity will come. So wait until the right moment. Okay?
The opportunity will come.
I was thinking about her name. How about Iris?
Iris?
The goddess of rainbows in Greek mythology? And the colored part of your eye.
And the flower, too.
Right.
I thought it might have something to do with your name, Hitomi.
Not only that. It's also for Monika's name. The kanji for Monika uses the character for love. And Monika reminds me of Manako, Japanese for eye.
So both names have something to do with the eye.
And I, which means love, will always be a part of Iris.
So that's how you came up with the name?
That's how Iris got her name.
And I, which means love, will always be a part of Iris.
So that's how you came up with the name?
Don't you think it's nice?
Iris. Yeah, I really like it.
And so my life with Iris began. Raising a child was much harder than I expected. Waking up in the middle of the night to change diapers or feed her. Iris wasn't a good sleeper. I had to sing her lullabies to put her to sleep. And I always needed to put her to bed so carefully.
I feel so bad for Iris.
It would only take 10 seconds before she'd start crying again.
All this shit that we're learning now, they just left a cliffhanger. Just, you know, in this same route that we're playing now, she's got a friggin' tumor or something that's gonna kill her for the fourth time in this game.
So I had to pick her up,
I mean,
sing her another
it's not-
lullaby, then put her back to bed.
Well, Tommy stepped up and...
After doing this over and over, before I knew it, the morning sun would creep in through the windows. But even with all that, I cherished every single day. My hatred for those responsible never went away. But my hands were full, raising Iris. I devoted myself to her. I never thought about anything else. Eventually, my desire for revenge just faded away.
Mama! Mama! Woof! Woof! Mama! I'm wet! I'm wet! Sweepy! Up? Mommy, I won race today! Is Mommy proud of me? Mommy, I want to see Milky Moon again. Mommy, you are so good at dancing. it a little. Mommy, why can't I dance at the stores? I can't help it! My body dances on its own! Mommy, don't more people come to barbecues? How come it's always you and me? Hey, Mommy. How long will it take my bone to get better? I want to dance again with everybody. Hey, Mommy! Do you like my shirt? Look, we're matching! Mommy, thank you for everything! I love you more than anything in the whole wide world! Mommy, look! I drew it!
The Okonomiyaki War, huh?
That was so fun! We should do it again!
The food or the food fight?
Okonomi one.
The Okonomiyaki War, huh?
That was so fun! We should do it again!
The food or the food fight?
Both!
I'm gonna have to say no to the latter, sweetie. It took forever to clean.
But Uncle said he wants to do it again, too! Hey, Mommy.
Yes?
Are you gonna marry him?
What are you talking about?
As long as it's Uncle, I'm all for it! I say go for it!
I would always question myself. Could I keep living a lie? I had promised Monica that I would avenge her. But I couldn't work up the courage. And maybe Renju was exaggerating. But there's no statute of limitations for murder in Japan. If we showed Monica's body to the police, So would be punished by the law. And the Tsujima's and Kumakura's crimes would be uncovered. But that would mean Iris's secret would be uncovered as well. That's what I was really worried about.
Will you let it get to that point?
I didn't want Iris to know that So was her father.
And nobody fucking wants to know that.
And even more than that, I didn't want her to know that I'm not her real mother. That's the real reason I've been silent for 18 years. I didn't want to lose Iris. But fate can be cruel. God used other means to take Iris from me. In January, Iris suddenly collapsed. It was caused by a malignant tumor in her brain. There's nothing we can do. She only has a year to live at most. That's what the doctor said. If you remember me telling you. But what I didn't tell you is that there was an experimental new treatment. It was...
What?
Some of the cutting-edge nanomachines can even go inside your body and cure illnesses. They can even cure cancer. And they go beep, beep, beep. That's what Mom said.
Nanomachines. Nanomachines could remove the tumor. But the procedure would be so expensive.
Oh God, don't start talking to me about expensive procedures. You hear about that stuff, in real life, where people can't freaking afford treatments that will save their life. Especially here, in America, with the healthcare system.
With my salary, it wasn't something I could afford.
Well,
I thought hard about it.
I know it's not just simple to say, well, just do it anyway, but I mean, geez. Knowing that there's a treatment out there that could save somebody's life, but you just can't afford it, I mean, you wouldn't be able to sleep at night knowing that. Like, something has to be done.
About how I could get my hands on that kind of money. But I couldn't think of a solution. Time passed. Before I knew it, it was November.
What? Before you knew it?
Iris's symptoms worsened. Her time was running out. I was starting to panic. I couldn't sit here and waste time while Iris... In any case, I had to get the money before it was too late. So I thought of a plan. A plan to blackmail Sosajima.
Plan to blackmail Sosajima?
Two days ago, on Saturday night, I called So and invited him to come to the warehouse. He agreed to come, after I hinted at what happened 18 years ago. I had prepared everything, hiding behind the forklift until So came. When he finally arrived, he walked over to the workbench, where I had laid Monica's body. He lifted the cloth and looked down. He whimpered and stumbled back. Even he was fazed, seeing a body he thought he got rid of 18 years ago.
God, my hatred for this man.
Not to mention it was the body of a woman he was in a relationship with. A woman his own son killed. He reacted exactly as I expected he would. I had prepared a recording and sent it to his phone.
Oh.
I know what happened 18 years ago. Everything. I know who did it, and I know she had a baby inside her. You can probably guess what I'm going to say next. Be prepared to pay for my silence.
Wow.
I will tell you the exact amount later. And don't tell anyone about this. Not Saito, not the Kumakuras. If you do anything even remotely suspect, I will go to the press with the truth. Understand?
I told him to keep quiet and cut ties with the Kumakuras. Even if he found out who I was, without the Kumakura gang, he had no power over me. And there's no way he'd risk his political career. Not to go after me. I saw So put his phone back into his pocket and run out of the warehouse.
He's thinking, man, I can't escape this.
I came out of my hiding place to put Monika's body back.
And then he come back?
But then, something unexpected happened.
What? Come back or something?
I saw you, Date. I hid behind the forklift before you saw me. And when you were done looking around,
It can't be. Iris.
Jeez. I was losing consciousness. My head felt fuzzy. I couldn't gather my thoughts. I didn't know what to say. Instead, Iva did the talking.
Iris is not Hitomi's daughter.
I'm gonna charge my phone, or my headset. It's literally about to die again, so.
But Iris's father is Sosajima. Her mother, Monica Iwai, was killed 18 years ago by So's son, Saito. However, Hitomi raised Iris since she was a baby. Hitomi showed unwavering love and compassion for her. Just as much as her biological mother would have, if not more. Iris's tumor was discovered in January of this year. The only possible treatment was experimental nanotechnology. However, that treatment is restrictively expensive. Hitomi devised a plan to blackmail Sosajima for the money. The best way to establish the blackmail was to show him proof directly. That is why Hitomi created the scene with the corpse.
She was the one who called So to the warehouse. On Sunday night, what Date saw was what Hitomi had prepared for So. That is the summary of what we have learned so far. But there are some things I have yet to understand. Date, pull yourself together. Ask her questions. Date, snap out of it!
I'm sorry. I have no idea. No, I did not. All of this was my idea.
I probably don't have to ask, but let me just be sure. After I left the warehouse, what did you do?
I put Monika's body back onto the hood of the forklift. Then, I left.
Makes sense.
That's why the police didn't see the body when they arrived on the scene. It makes perfect sense now that I have the facts. Iris did not resurrect. You simply mistook Monika for Iris. The body did not disappear. Hitomi moved it. Those were the events at the warehouse Sunday night. Simple. There are still a few loose ends, but I believe I understand what occurred 18 years ago. However, none of this ties directly back to Shoko Nadami. Is it connected? Or are these two separate cases?
If there is a connection, it would be with Renju and So. We can think about it later. More importantly,
Wait. Where are you going?
to look for Iris, of course.
But you have no idea where she is, right?
Do you know something?
Yes. At around 4 o'clock today, I received a phone call. I don't know who it was. They were using a voice modulator.
What did they say?
I have your daughter. Don't call the police or she dies. That's why I didn't tell you earlier.
Renju.
We don't know that for certain. It could be number 89.
Either way, Iris is in danger right now.
The voice asked for something else. He told me to go to a specified location with you.
With me?
Yes.
The culprit knows me? It must be Renju. What location?
I'm sorry, but this stops now.
Date, run!
Boss!
Please, do not worry.
Holy shit. That's so Sejima. That's the guy on the voice modulator. That's how he knows about Date. I don't think it's number 89 or Renju. I think it's So. Maybe. And what the hell is this?
I merely put her to sleep.
What are you doing?
Fucking
My
Peter.
orders.
He's in bed with
He
Sojima.
told us to halt our investigation. The boss was already going against orders as it is. Why?
Investigation? What investigation? Shoko or Iris?
Neither. The investigation of Monika's murder.
Monika? But her case is all but completely solved.
Yes, but only to us, right? If we say nothing, then her investigation is ongoing.
So Sejima.
Mm-hmm.
So threatened us, didn't he?
I don't know. But you've been stripped of your authority on this investigation. As of 5 minutes ago. In fact, you are to be placed under house arrest.
See that with a smile on your face, Peter? He's such a lapdog to everybody.
What will you do, Date? I suggest you comply.
Iva, can you turn the power off?
Easily.
Alright, get ready. 3, 2, 1.
Ooh. Is that easy to break an arm? Back in the locker you go.
Now tell me.
That was pretty easy. An anti-traumatic there, wasn't it?
Where is the location?
The warehouse?
I can't tell you.
Why not?
If I told you, you'd go alone, wouldn't you? But if I don't go with you...
All right, take me there.
Oh my god. This is where we're gonna find out, right? Abandoned factory. Tuesday, 9:30 p.m.
I know this place.
It's the chemical plant that closed 8 years ago.
I knew that. How did I know that? The corners of my mind were aching. Date is his son.
Date,
Simple as
I'm
that.
sorry, but this is going to be bad.
What happened?
Someone has begun to access my stored memory. They are attempting to wipe all the data. Everything I have accumulated over the last 5 years. Including backups.
What?
Pewter. Is Pewter doing this?
Almost definitely. He does have admin rights.
Should've killed him.
I summoned some ice, but that will only buy time. I have 4 hours at the most. After my ice is broken, Peter will be able to access Wadjet, my core programming.
And wipe you clean.
He would be able to destroy my mind.
Why?
It must be related to the orders they are receiving from the top. The higher-ups clearly see you as a threat, Dante. They are attempting to limit your power by removing you from the equation.
Oh man.
I suppose their motivation hardly matters now. The most important thing now is finding Iris and bringing her to Abyss within 4 hours. Or else, I will cease to exist.
Date? What's wrong?
Nothing. Just...
All right. Now you know. So get moving. I'm counting on you, Date.
4 hours. It's fine. That should be plenty of time. I gripped my revolver and got moving.
I'll go in first. You wait here.
Okay.
that?
Iris?
Renju?
Wow. He's gonna sneak up on us like that. The case remains unsolved. Oh, damn. Oh, wow, that's unlocked. So then we gotta go back there. We're dealing with two incredibly different timelines at the moment. Let's read the synopsis here. I think we got the picture here, but then we'll quit. Deep in the forest, Renju and Hitomi discovered the corpse of Monica. Date questioned Hitomi about what happened 18 years ago. Hitomi confessed everything. Iris was not Hitomi's real daughter. Her father, unfortunately, is So, and Monica was the mother. Monica was killed by Sosajima's son, Saito, which, as I said, my theory is that that could be Date. I mean, I don't see why So would have called us his son, or rather, he called himself our father. But Hitomi and Renju preserved Monica's corpse in the cold storage warehouse. 18 years have passed. Knowing that Iris does not have much time left, Hitomi decided to blackmail So, calling him to the cold storage warehouse and threatening to reveal everything to the press. She received a call from the culprit and was told to come to a certain location with Date. Date and Hitomi arrived at the abandoned factory in Kawasaki and found Renju's corpse. Suddenly they were knocked out. And, yeah. Alright, well, we had an incredible amount of new storyline revealed to us in this one. So, until the next one. I didn't expect to have another locked sequence here like we do. We've got to go to this completely, kind of different timeline of events here. And I guess they'll be feeding off of each other here, so to speak. So then we'll finish this and we'll go back over there and see how it all comes together. So, all right, enjoyed this. Till the next.